Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Toonkind D&D at 12 FPS. This is Pick a Card. Uh, I am Staria. I will be playing March, local flower cryptid, and join with me is the wonderful, lovely. Introduce yourself and your character.
You go first, Morski, you're at the top of the list.
Okay then, sorry about that. Well then, hi there. I am Morski, also known as Morski. People tend to call me the latter. And I'm playing as Hugh Script, resident little wizard who's friends with the two other dorks here. And this is probably the whole reason this is going to start, so fun times.
There's no probably
Yep,
about it.
fun time indeed.
There is no probably about it. Definitely there isn't. Hi, I'm RJ. I will be playing Decimal, Weaver of Fate, resident bastard man, emotionally parkouring away from all his problems.
Oh my goodness, you disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute disaster man. We love him.
We do. And so does Hugh, so that'll be fun.
That will be fun indeed.
So, I think, yeah, Morski, you want to describe what Hugh is doing to these two, being that, definitely the reason this is whole occurring.
Yeah, so something tells me it's just, your normal day at the apartment. Maybe Hugh got out some books. March was probably at home. Maybe he was in the kitchen. Maybe Decimal came to visit. And March comes out of the kitchen. What do you think happens?
Well, if Decimal's there, I think Margaret's just kind of like look at him because he kind of thinks that Decimal hates him, so he like doesn't know what to think about him.
Well, the fact that Decimal's resolutely ignoring March's presence probably doesn't do anything to change that opinion.
Yeah, and I think I'll go ahead and do a roll. Hugh probably perceives this, and he's rolling insight to figure out what is this weird energy going on.
God.
Well, that's an
It's an 8.
8.
You have
Please
advantage.
do better.
That's
Yeah.
7.
No!
He probably perceives this, you say.
He probably
I
perceives this.
wish. I guess Dice Parser decided no. Oh my goodness. He's too busy reading his book, I guess. Maybe he's like showing it to Decimal just. And this happens, and blah blah blah. Oh my goodness, Hugh.
Yeah, Mark doesn't know what to say because like if Decimal hates him, he's not gonna like force Decimal to interact with him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do with people who hate him.
That's a 9 for something.
Yeah, 9 for perception. Hugh, what is this?
Roll again. You know these guys well enough.
You
Yes.
please.
Dice
Parser,
please.
Nice, Marcy.
That's a 9 again.
Roll again.
If you don't roll well, we won't be able to start the 10 FPS.
Oh my god. Okay, that's more like it.
you.
24. Thank you.
Oh, boy.
After some long minutes, he finally realizes that there is some tension up in the
Finally
air.
looks up and notices it.
Yeah, just looks up from his book and there's just just like the Peking Jojo, menacing symbols or some such just. Okay, why is it so quiet? March generally doesn't act like this.
March is just like essentially glued to the kitchen. Just like, I am not getting close to Decimal. And that's very much out of character for March. So, like, because usually March would absolutely, like, just join in the reading. But March is just like, ah.
So that was a deception roll.
Oh
It was
my
an 18
God.
plus 7 for 20 fucking...
Oh my goodness, cause yeah,
It's high. So Decimal Thing just goes, oh, I hadn't even noticed he was here.
Are you sure? Cause at this point he just kind of turned and looked over at Decimal to see like, hey, what's up?
That was an 18 plus 7 deception roll, my dude.
Yeah,
He's cool as a
yeah,
fucking cucumber.
Hugh being himself believes Decimal and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll see what's up with March. Um, hey March, Hugh's at you and is asking you, what's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine. Everything
Well,
good.
deception at
roll.
disadvantage.
That's a 10.
Roll again at disadvantage.
No,
Yes.
that was performance. So it canceled out.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Hugh's passive perception is 15, so you don't beat that.
March
You.
March has a sweat drop. He is definitely just like
Hugh has the
yeah,
press
I'm
X
fine.
to doubt look. Hugh is pressing X to doubt.
As he should.
Yeah, like, just, okay, something's up. You two should actually talk, and I think he's just going to drag March and just go, okay, you two have something weird going on.
Whatever makes
Talk
you think,
about it,
guys.
please.
Do we?
Well, I think so, because generally you don't hide away, March.
Okay.
And he's just giving you a look of, I can tell when you're lying. What's up?
And Marge does not know what to say because he doesn't want to tell Hugh, but hey, I think your friend hates me. So he's just like kind of like looks at Hugh and looks away. He doesn't actually look at anywhere near Decimal, he just like looks at you and looks away. And he's just like, I want to run.
I'm gonna roll insight on that, but I do have something funny planned if this goes terribly. We'll see what Dice
Also,
Parser says.
Oh,
hell,
Oh
that's
my
okay.
goodness.
You have advantage from your thing. I'm also rolling insight on
Yeah.
this. That's only a 7 plus 9. That's only a 16.
Only. That's still way
Only.
better than what
Only.
Hugh.
Oh,
Okay,
thank God!
21.
Finally!
Finally, you got
Because here's the. Oh my goodness, because honestly, as I was gonna say, he's going to see this and it's like, does Decimal intimidate Marge?
Okay,
He's
so
having.
Decimal, what you get is the obvious like March doesn't know what to think of you, and Hugh, you get, but March thinks Decimal hates him and he doesn't know how to react, so he's just like, I will just leave him alone and maybe things will get better eventually.
Hugh perceives and he decides, okay, no, we're doing something about this. And he's looking at both, like he gives a look to March, gives a look to Decimal, and just says, okay, I think you two have something to talk out. Because I might not know everything that's going on, but
Do we?
I think something's up.
Decimal's just got an eyebrow raised.
He's just like, looks at Decimal, come on, please.
Roll persuasion.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my goodness. Dice Parser, please be nice to me.
Sir, please. We gotta have it.
Oops.
Okay, that wasn't an actual roll. I was
I was
scared for
gonna
a
be like,
bit.
how the fuck did you roll a 0? And then I noticed the fuck up message.
Oops. Yeah.
16. Okay.
16.
16.
Hold on while I roll. I almost called it a will save. It's not a will save. This is D&D, not Pathfinder.
Okay.
The good news is he only rolled a 14. So you do manage. He stares at you and then looks up at you and sighs in a very put upon way. Fine, if you insist.
Thank you. And look, I'm gonna be honest. Hugh is like, he's brightened up. If you two want, I can give you some space to talk, like, and then, like, you have the light bulb above his head. I can get us dinner.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
That sounds like something else we should make you roll deception for, actually.
Yeah.
What?
That was a very nervous, yeah, that sounds lovely.
Yes.
March
Roll
isn't actually
deception.
deciding about this. March is just kind of like, okay, I'll roll deception. Yeah, March is very visibly nervous. It's
Hugh
like,
comes over and just pets you.
it's like nervous and like doesn't know what to think of Decimal because he's like, Decimal hates him. I don't know what to do with this.
I don't think Decimal hates you. And, like, again, he's patting you probably on the shoulder because Hugh is small.
I'm
Like,
not even gonna bother
d-
to roll insight, because the lowest I can roll is a fucking 10. So Decimal just raises an eyebrow, and like, very clearly showing off his teeth, he just goes, I don't bite.
What do you say? What?
He like kind of grins at you, but not in a happy way. It's very much a baring of teeth, and he goes, "I don't bite."
Uh-huh.
he is nice. He just likes to look intimidating, don't worry. And I think this is where Hugh decides to
This
go
is
to
me
the door
out of
and go
character
out.
losing my fucking shit, but March is just like, okay.
And here's where Hugh decides to nope out because he gets the feeling Decimal might try some retribution for that comment. So,
Oh
Oh,
my
he
god.
absolutely will. He noted it. It's written down in his mind.
oh my good, well,
Expect pranks later.
Oh my
oh
god.
my goodness. Well, rip Hugh, and yeah, here's where Hugh's out.
Yep, it's just the two doors below now. And March like looks at the door, but Hugh closes as he leaves to get dinner, and he's like, "Well, would you like something to eat?"
I think Decimal's just kind of like staring at you at this point.
That's not a yes or a no, so I'm just gonna bring some cookies. And he will speed walk into the kitchen and like bring some stuff. So he'll just like then bring like a plate of cookies, just like a bunch of cookies. It's like different kinds. Just like put them on the table. So why do you hate me?
Oh Jesus! Roll insight.
Okay. 16.
Okay, you do. So that was a deception roll. 5 + 7 is fucking 12, I think. Yeah, no, you do catch the surprised eyebrow twitch that he tried and failed to hide. And he goes,
You obviously hate my guts, so like, why?
I don't.
Then why are you like ignoring me? I don't know what you're doing. You're just like like he doesn't know what to say because like there has been obviously something up, but like if he doesn't hate them, then like why?
He like, I imagine he's probably like sat at the table, so he like slowly and deliberately places his hands on the table, pushes the chair back, and stands up, and goes, "I don't hate you. I don't trust you."
What?
You heard me.
I mean, like, well, we, I guess we don't know each other that well, so that's like valid. But I don't see you treat like Rez that way. But and you knew Rez for as long as you knew me, so don't. Is it just like a personal thing, or?
If you'd be silent a moment, I could explain things to you.
He says that, and then March was like, alright. March is just like, question marks, just like, what? It's like, internally, just like, huh?
He very deliberately, um, like, straightens up and starts fiddling with the cuffs of his sleeves. And he goes, "I can read people like books. It's a talent that I pride myself on, that I use for my job every day. If I can't read someone, I don't trust them."
And you can't read me? This is not what March expected at all. But like March is also like, what?
I've
That
done
is not what he thought about the whole thing was about.
My ability to do what I do depends on my ability to read people. My ability to keep myself safe also depends on that. I've made
Is
it
it?
a habit not to trust anything I can't read.
Is this like the card thing, or is it something else?
Partly.
I,
You are the
I just
one person I've never had a reading that makes sense for. And you are the one person I've consistently not been able to read.
I don't think the cards really agree with me. I've had there was like this one person I went to because I think the readings are fun because I see how it because it's like future and stuff. So I went to like another person, and I don't know a lot about cards, but the subject was what was it, like Dark Lord or something? I don't know what it means, but I think it's bad.
Okay. What's your insight modifier? It's nope. You definitely do not get this, but out of character, I can tell you, if it weren't for his ability to control his reactions, Decima would be fucking gaping because you got the fucking Dark Lord as your fucking subject. Are you kidding me?
Incredible. So March is just like sitting there. March is just sitting here.
I I don't understand you.
Um, I don't understand anything, Cedar. March is just like he doesn't still doesn't like know a lot of what the hell Decimal's talking about, because, like, he doesn't think he's a hard to read person. Is he?
Apparently he is.
Apparently he
At
fucking
least for
is.
the man who, like, relies upon his ability to read people. God.
The God. Disasters to both of them. Well, well, if it's like a thing of like not trust, you can like ask questions and I'll answer if you like that, or like questions back and forth or something. I don't know. I heard that's like an exercise to make people know each other better.
There is definitely a look on Decimal's face right now. Um, it's like a mixture of frustration, confusion, and sheer what the absolute fuck are you? Even? So I think he just presses his hands together and goes, very well then. Quid pro quo it is. Why do you wear gloves?
Um, Martin's definitely caught off guard from that. You don't need to roll insight. Just like, well, that's not what he thought. Well, it's kind of hard to do things without them, sort of.
In what way?
It's like thinking. Well, I guess I can. And he will take one of the gloves off, and this time he's not warning, and so there is just this loud snapping noise, but like Mark doesn't have any reaction to it, so But this is what March's hand looks like. It's very like four very sharp, very thin vines that and yes, they're very long, like longer than any other claws you probably saw. I don't know much about Decimal's shit, but you're just like, not really optimal to holding stuff or doing anything, and yeah.
In hindsight, that makes sense.
He just like now looks at it and like awkwardly, just like, yeah, and he just like immediately like just like dot puts back the glove back on, like, yep, my question time, and he's just like thinking, what's your favorite cookie? Have you
That was the reaction hiding check. 14. He blinks a bit and goes, okay, not what I was expecting. Um, I don't know if I have one. I've not tried very many cookies in my life.
okay, not to self, make more. And you can like grill him on that if you want, but he will just like move on.
What am I rolling for that?
No, just like you can ask questions about that if you want, but March will not elaborate.
I think he's too caught off guard to ask more questions.
So, your question.
Uh, very well then. Those vines are significantly smaller than the gloves that you wear. How does it all fit?
Uh, Magic stuff. I don't know how it works exactly. I wasn't the one who made it. Laurel did, and it's a funny story. Well, I don't know if it's actually funny, but well, when two 5-year-olds sneak away with every sharp utensil in the house, and neither of them have good grips, bad stuff happens, and yeah. After that, she kind of Laurel kind of made me the gloves, so I don't do dumb stuff.
There's kind of a look of alright. We'll have to unpack that sometime else. Well, your turn, I suppose.
Hmm. Um. Hmm. Me, the player, forgot to fucking prepare questions beforehand. Uh, why, why, why you do card readings?
He blinks again, but this time he doesn't immediately answer. Like, he opens his mouth to answer and then pauses and then closes it again with a thoughtful look. Because, like, why wouldn't he? It's what he knows how to do? Kind of? It seems like a very obvious thing for him to do. So he doesn't actually know the answer to your question.
Oh my god. Mark just kind of tilts his head curiously, just like, hmm?
It's what I do. I read people, I see things, I do card stuff. It's it's what I've always done.
And Mark kind of like nods as if that explains anything, and it's like, okay, your question.
Does Hugh know
Hmm?
about your hands? Does Hugh know?
What? I, the player, did not understand this.
He's asking if Hugh knows about the vine hands.
Um, I didn't get to tell him yet. Um, I don't know how to do that.
Dot dot dot. What?
You didn't ask yet.
How long have you two been living in the same house?
Couple months.
And how long have you known him?
A bit. Some time more than that.
So why, out of the two of us, am I the first one to know?
You asked.
You're waiting for him to ask. He's not going to. Like, it just.
It's like.
If you want him to know, then you have to actually tell him. I don't think he would even know to ask.
Well, if it's not a problem, then you can roll insight on that.
Absolutely rolling insight on that. What the fuck is... Oh, that's cocked. Hold on. Oh, cool.
Okay, so he didn't finish the sentence, but he's definitely thinking if he doesn't, if it doesn't like cause harm, if it doesn't like, if it's not needed, it's like he doesn't got like you don't nothing if it's like if nothing happened yet, then this is good. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Don't wait for a problem to occur before you tell him something. That's just asking for trouble.
Oh, okay. I, I'll find an opportunity then, I guess.
You better.
And now March is thinking, because, my question time.
Mm-hmm.
What should I say? I'm the player and no thoughts head empty like a fucking moron. Don't mind me.
Decimal is kind of like wrapping his fingers on the table, in waiting.
Yeah. March is just like, You and Hugh are good friends, right? He trusts you. So how did the two of you meet? Don't gotta answer this actually, I'm just curious.
He manages to hide that reaction well. Circumstances pulled us together.
Okay. March is now waiting for Decimal's question.
Decimal's kind of like eyeing him a little bit. And he folds his arms and leans against the chair slightly and goes, "How do you feel about real kind?"
Well. Well, there's Bon. Bon's nice. They're from the studio. They're the one in charge of healing people. When Angie goes a bit too wild with the explosives. And here I am just trying to remember all the real kinds that March has encountered. Um, I don't think I've met many real kinds, but I think they're neat. And you could roll inside again?
You've met Asclepius as well.
Oh, right, Asclepius. There's Asclepius, and you can still roll it. What's the insight? Okay.
24.
There is definitely something he's leaving out on the real kind list.
You would just get a slow eyebrow raise.
What? I said that the real kinds, and I
The full truth, or this exercise is pointless.
Laurel's also real kind, and she well, she parent-ish, maybe? Lynn doesn't like her. But, doesn't really count because she's kind of dead, so, March is very...
We'll have to unpack that some other time.
You can roll insight once again!
Doesn't really count because she's kind of dead. That's such a good line. Oh boy. Jesus Christ. Another 15. Plus 9.
Oh my god. Yeah, the doesn't really count because she's kind of dead. March is very fast to thinking of Laurel. Then he's immediately just like, actually, I'm not thinking about that. Nope, 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 and shoving that to the side.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
So, since you asked me about my gloves, and I know Hugh has some stuff with its gloves, why do you wear gloves? Because I've started to notice it's kind of a trend, since Gregory also has stuff with gloves, and everyone has something with gloves if they wear some. I don't know why.
Can it not just be a fashion statement? No. Apparently not. He will take off he'll take off both the gloves, actually. I don't have an image like you do. But he rolls up his sleeves slightly as well, so you can see he just holds his hands up, and he's got claws first and foremost, and you can see as he pulls the gloves off, he turns one of them inside out, and you can see this like special foam padding in the tips that helps mitigate any possible damage his claws could cause. Um, and around his wrists there are red. They look almost like tattoos, but they're glowing. And they're the
Hmm.
same. That's the same color as his eyes and his hair, and they're red in his design. But his hands, his fingers mostly, but there's some on his palms and on his thumbs, um, are covered in thin scars, like
Huh.
thin slashes. And
Okay.
on his left hand, his pinky finger is bent weirdly inward. It doesn't stand straight like the rest of his fingers do.
March isn't going to question that. He will unpack all that later. Just like, oh, you didn't think that this will actually do that just as much as Decimal didn't think that March will take off his clothes. But just like, I have to live with the consequences of asking now.
Redesigns don't erase the past. Not even forced
Hmm.
ones. And he puts his gloves back on. Rolls his sleeves back down.
Okay. March will now wait for Decimal's question.
How old are you?
Um, well, the actual number and there's the number that, like, we decided on. So, 15.
And which number is that?
The one decided that, like, me and you and Lynn, because, uh, yeah,
Because yeah.
because it was 10 years in front of a grave doing nothing. And you can sense there's a bit of, like, it's like between annoyance and actual, like, anger.
Oops, that was the wrong modifier. That was that one. And then fuck. Okay, well, you did. You definitely see his reaction. I forgot I was rolling insight first, and then deception. Um, there is a moment of excuse me, what the fuck? And he's also rolling insight on that statement. That was the 14.
Yeah, March was not. Yeah, there is definitely some feelings in that tone of voice. Just like March really dislikes that part of his life? Question mark. And very. So he won't elaborate unless you ask. Even more, and it's like March is a bit. You can tell that March is getting like you don't know if it's like really uneasy or just like doesn't want to think about it.
Okay. I don't think Decimal is going to ask, purely because of the fact that he knows that March is a barbarian. He's seen what March can do in combat, and this is an enclosed space that he's not sure he can escape from easily. Um,
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he kind of like tenses and decides to push that topic of conversation away, and quickly waves a hand and goes, "Your turn. Go ahead."
Uh, what was up with our reaction to your reaction to the crystal?
Say again. Sorry.
Back in the storybook, when you picked up the crystal, you started shaking. Then you gave it to Hugh.
Do you know what it was?
Well, me and Hugh aren't sure just yet. It's really odd because birds are trying to steal it all the time unless it's in one of our hammer spaces. So like, I don't know what's up with it. I
Sorry.
think they really like the shiny, but like even more than usual.
Sorry.
But
What's
also
trying to steal
like,
it?
hmm?
What's trying to steal it?
The crystal.
No. What is trying to? The crystal's trying to steal itself.
No, birds are trying to steal the crystal all the time. They get smacked into the window. It was funny the first few times, but it's kind of annoying when you're trying to sleep and uh, 10 and 10 corvids are slamming into your doors and windows.
Right. Well, um, it felt to me like an elemental gem, and I've seen what those can be used for.
Huh. March does not know what they can be used for, so he's just like, okay, I guess I'll ask you? Question mark.
They're they're a form of lacrima, I believe. They come from the different elemental planes, and if you break them, you can summon an elemental from that plane.
Hmm.
You can also use them to power things.
Huh. Okay. So, bad experience then?
He just gives you a fucking mirthless smirk.
I'll take that as a yes. Well, your question.
He pauses for a second, thinking, and then goes, "Well, since you asked me earlier, what's your favorite kind of cookie?"
Oh, I like, sugar cookies with frosting.
Hmm. I don't think I've ever had those.
March will immediately stand up and bolt to the kitchen, just like, BRB!
What? Okay. What? What are you?
And, you can, like, you can follow him if you'd like, but March is reaching up to a cookie jar that is filled with plain sugar cookies, and he's pulling out some frosting, and you roll perception to see if you realize what he's what
Yes.
pattern he's doing.
That's a nat 20 plus 9. Yes.
Okay, you realize he's doing a bunch of little card patterns on the cookie because he's like, you're the card guy.
I I don't think he follows the whole way. I think he like uh Scooby Doo stack style just like leans far enough that his head is visible through the doorway and that he can get a good look into the kitchen. He's kind of like, what the fuck is happening right now? Why are you okay? Oh, that's cogs?
And after finishing after doing like maybe like 5 cookies with all with different card patterns, he will go back to where they were sitting and just like put down the plate like here.
Um, thanks, I think. He's gonna pick one of them up and like, he like gives it a glance over and takes a very small bite out of it.
uh, well, it's a sugar cookie. It's pretty good because March has been taught how to bake by Marcel himself,
Hmm.
and yeah, it is not poison, you dumb fuck.
Okay. Yeah, you probably do get this reaction. He like blinks a moment, taken aback, and there's this kind of semi-distant look in his eyes. Um, hmm. Raga would have loved these.
March tilts his head up just a bit. You can start seeing it's like these two have lived with each other so much. Just like the like March and Hugh, but they even have like some of their mannerisms are like very much similar.
I think he like glances up, sees that reaction, and immediately snaps back to himself and just takes another bite of the cookie to avoid answering. Your turn for question, go on.
Oh, okay. And March is now thinking once again. Other than card stuff and reading people, do you have any other hobbies?
Uh,
I like painting and baking.
I don't know if it counts as a hobby necessarily, but I can pickpocket people decently well. Hmm.
Well, it's a skill. Um, I don't know. Do you like do it for fun?
Generally not, only if I've not got enough money for food.
Yeah, I don't think if you don't do it for fun, I don't think it counts as a hobby. Cause
Um,
I don't like paint to sell for like a living. I do it because it's fun and I like it. Um, just like stuff you do for fun.
uh, running the rooftops can be fun. I, but yeah, I don't tend to do it very often, and only at night, because less likely to get caught that way, but
Did
cooking.
you know that on the my first movie on the first movie I was in, I was running on. We had to run on a moving train, so that was fun.
Moving trains sounds a mite more difficult than stationary buildings.
There was also a big snake with a shot with a gun on his tail.
A snake with a gun on his tail.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of just like passed by him because I needed to get to the front of the train, but the engineer kind of beat the crap out of him.
Why do I feel like this wasn't a movie? Or at the very
What?
least wasn't intended to be a movie.
You tell me for a moment.
He went, why do I feel like this wasn't a movie, or at least wasn't intended to be a movie?
No, they were filming the whole time. That was like that was my audition. I was with Jack and Tobias, and well, at first we were supposed to go through this giant obstacle course, but then they found Willow, so we kind of went for it, and the engineer said that, but we had to, but that would be our actual audition.
So, you work at a movie theater, and the way that you got that job was to go to a place, beat the fuck out of someone, and then it got put on the big screen?
Well, we kind of had to return Willow to the engineer because she was stolen. And the engineer, and while it was filmed, so and then we later put some more scenes and edit them together with like movie magic and fancy editing, and we got a movie. So yeah, I guess that is what happened.
You know what? I'm not going to question it. Inkwell life is already so goddamn weird.
More, it's just like.
Feel free to
Just like,
roll insight on that, by the way.
okay. Should I roll insight?
Yes, you.
That's a 14.
14. Okay. I think March does glean from this that Decimal is not from Einquell.
Not used to tuning things? That was like a question.
Let me put it this way. I've spent more time around Realkind than I have around Toons.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, same, but yeah. Question. Wait, whose question is it? He's just like, wait. I think it's your question. Yeah.
Yes. He's like visibly thinking. What is Hugh to you? What is Hugh to you?
Oh, we're best friends. He helped me a lot, and he's like goes silent for a bit, just like thinking about something.
Decimal actually groans and puts his head in his hands. Dear God, you're both so fucking blind.
Huh? Why blind?
You two are brothers, my guy.
Eh?
Please tell me you have seen it.
Marge does not answer. He was like,
Decimal kind of just like he's pressed his hands together, he's pointing them toward you, and he just kind of stares off into the middle distance in, dear God, these idiots are blind and I have to be the one to tell them why is this my life.
He does the whole thing. You're stuck with the two idiots.
that I have been told and all that I have witnessed, you and Hugh have the same relationship as Gregory and Pip. And they are brothers, so you are brothers.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense when you put it that way. I'll have to ask Hugh. I don't know if he thinks the same. I didn't have any, like, brother experiences,
Well, that's a
so I don't
first.
really know.
So that's two things to tell Hugh now. You're telling him about your hands, you're telling him about your upgrade relationship.
Okay.
Well, your turn again.
Well. Oh, I know. Do you want to be my friend?
I don't think friendship works like that.
Oh, okay. Because you did take the flower.
You can see, like, the kind of, wait, that means we're friends? What? That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's not called a friendship token for no reason.
I wasn't aware that it was one. No one told me, you just kind of threw it at me.
I didn't throw it at you. I put it and you had the chance, so you could either take it or not.
Right. Well, I suppose. You're Hugh's brother and he seems to trust you. I'll keep it for now.
Okay. And yeah, I don't have any more questions.
Yeah, what do you say? Is it about time you hear a knock, 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 and hey, I'm home.
Oh, hey Hugh.
Why are you knocking on
Hey,
your own front door? This is your house.
Hugh goes a little bit pink, and then he goes, well, I mean, I didn't know if you two were done talking. I figured I better at least announce that I'm here.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Sure. Misunderstandings
Yeah?
have been corrected. And I believe you have something to tell Hugh, don't you?
Ah.
He's like
Hugh
giving
just
you
kinda...
he's like giving you a look as he slowly edges toward the window.
Okay, so number one, Hugh has question mark above his head. And number two, he sees Decimal leaving and is like, wait, at least let me give you dinner. And what do you say? Would it be fair to say there's pizza in Toontown?
I mean, probably.
Absolutely.
Cause yeah, no, Hugh pulls out just one of those pizza boxes and is like, wait, if you're going now, at least take the food with you.
He will take the pizza box and also quickly swipes the remaining cookies from the sugar cookies from the plate and puts them on the pizza box and then just shoves it all in his coat.
Oh my goodness. Safe travels, okay?
Bye, Decimal.
He like gives a two-fingered salute to the both of you, and then I need to roll acrobatics for this. Okay. Yeah. He climbs out the window. It's fairly average.
At least
He
he's not
just
really-
waves.
He just climbs out the window and then climbs down the tree and walks away.
Yeah, Hugh
No
will
showing off this
wave.
time.
Don't worry, there's next time.
And Martin's just like, So, Hugh, I have something to ask you, and I think we can just like cut off at that unless you have anything else to say, Morski.
Nah, you like just simply turns back to March and it's like, question mark above the head.
Yeah, so we can just like, so Hugh, I have something to ask you, and we just cut off, zoom out, and thank you too, thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening. This
And
was
thank you for having me.
incredible.
Oh yeah, thanks for
This
special
was
guesting, Morski.
incredible.
It's no problem. This was a
Thank you,
lot of
Morski,
fun.
for enabling us. The
No problem at all.
friendship achieved.
Heck yeah.
Even if only one of them admits it. Oh boy. Alright.
Much is just like, yes, friend.
It's too late. I'm
Like, we're
just like,
friends now.
look, Decimal, even if you don't realize it yet, you're also siblings with Hugh, so like, you and March will at least be friends. You don't get any say in the matter, my dude.
Yeah, sorry, Elizabeth, you got trapped with like the two most wholesome siblings.
Honestly, things could be worse.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, I think we could say goodbye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.